So he swung his sickle over the earth. It's happening right now, brothers and sisters. Then another angel who also had a sharp sickle. This is another angel, not Yeshua. Then another angel who had a sharp sickle came out of the sanctuary in heaven. Yet another angel who had authority over the fire came from the altar, and he called with a loud voice to the one who had the sharp sickle. Use your sharp sickle and gather the clusters of grapes from the earth's vineyard, the clusters of grapes. Because its grapes have ripened. You can't harvest grapes until it's been tested and tasted. Yes, it's perfect. Now is the time. Now is the time. Are you listening? Now is the time. So the angel swung his sickle towards the earth and gathered the grapes from earth's vineyard, and he threw them into the great winepress of God's wrath. Then the press was trampled outside the city, and blood flowed out of the press up to the horses' bridles for about 180 miles. Now there's a code being given there, 180 miles. I haven't got time to go in all, there's so much to go into. I have to just cover the basics. Now, this is a different harvest. Okay? It's not the harvest of the seventh angel. His sickle is different to this sickle. So expect a harvest. There is two harvests going on. The first one brings in the first fruits. If you don't know anything about the first fruits, you might have to learn a little bit about the first fruits. Obviously the Jews know all about the first fruits. Yeah. Because they have it in their feasts. The harvest feasts, yeah. So if you're not too sure what first fruits is, the 144,000 are the first fruits. But this other angel, that's another job. But it's not the seventh angel. It's another angel. Because in verse 17 it says, then another angel, who also had a sharp sickle, came out of the sanctuary in heaven. So it's a heavenly judgment. Yet another angel, so yet another angel, who had authority over the fire. The fire is judgment fire. Came from the altar, and he called with a loud voice to the one who had the sharp sickle. Use your sharp sickle. So this angel tells the angel with a sharp sickle, it's time, brother, use it. The fiery judgments have arrived. It's ripe for harvest. There will be blood flowing, red wine, 180 miles. There's going to be a lot of bloodshed. It's in prophecy. That's all I can say. Let me talk about another vine. This is different. You can't mix them together. Because that was outside of the sanctuary. This is not outside the sanctuary. It's what Yeshua said. John 15. Listen. It's a bit tight. I am the true vine, and my Father is the vineyard keeper. Every branch in me that does not produce fruit, he removes. And he prunes every branch that produces fruit. He prunes every branch that produces fruit so that it will produce more fruit. You are already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Remain in me, and I in you. It's the same. Sit at my right hand. Jesus says, Yeshua says, I sit on my Father's throne with him. I invite you to sit on this throne with me and my Father. Let my Father come into you. Let Yeshua come into you. You see, let's take for example Trump. Trump is in many people. He's in many people. And many people are in Trump. How you may say. When you support and when you follow his policies and everything that he does, he is now in you. And he is like a kingdom within you. Likewise, when you hear of Yeshua and all the things that he represented, comes in you, and you feel that kingdom that he felt. Get it? So you were already clean because of the word I have spoken to you. You are clean. Remain in me, and I in you. Just as the branch is unable to produce fruit by itself unless it remains on the vine, so neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. The branches are what produces the fruit. You will produce the fruit. The one who remains in me and I in him produce much fruit. All together as a collective, we produce abundantly. When the spies came back from the land, they came back with grapes they could hardly carry. It was so abundant, so... This is what's going to happen. If anyone does not remain in me, he is thrown aside like a branch and he withers. As if you cut and you're a branch and you haven't got the source, what happens to the branch? It just dies. It's a great illustration, isn't it? Yes, we used, if we truly understand what this means. They gather them, throw them in the fire, and they are burned. If you remain in me, in my words, it's through the words that you remain. You know, when you're with a person, and you're close to them, and you've listened to them, you get to know them. You truly get to know them. Yeah. Their words remain in you. And your words remain in him. I'll have to... If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you want and it will be done for you. Once you understand, you won't be asking for the wrong thing. And when you're not asking for the wrong thing, it is given to you. My Father is glorified by this, that you and I produce much fruit and prove to be my disciples. I'll just read a little bit more. As the Father loved me, I also love you. And he really meant that. When he said, if you were there at the time, and you were listening to this is how he would have said it. As the Father loves me, I also love you. Remain in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and remain in his love. It's not a command that you have to do this, you have to, you don't have to be browbeaten into submission. When you love a loving Father, you just do it automatically. I can't let my Father down. The love he's shown me, and I can't do it. This is how it feels. This is my command. This is Jesus saying this. Yeshua. Love one another as I have loved you. No one has greater love than this, that someone would lay down his life for his friends. He was about to lay down his life for his friends. These ones who were not the scribes and the Pharisees, because they hated him. It was a different relationship with them. And although he wanted to gather them, it wasn't for them. He had no love for them. They were going to kill him. So you have to understand what love means. You are my friends if you do what I command you. The Jews, it would be like the laws. It's not a command. He's not demanding that you do this. It's not that type of thing. It's just the way it's worded here. I do not call you slaves, you see, anymore, because a slave does not know what his master is doing. I have called you friends, because I have made known to you everything I have heard from my Father. Get it? You did not choose me. Oh no. But I chose you. I appointed you that you should go out and produce fruit, and that your fruit should remain, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, He will give you. This is what I command you. This is the command. What is it? Love one another. That's it. And love covers every single law you could ever conjure up in your head. If you do this, is this love? If you do that, that law, the Torah, is this love? All based on love. It's just a little bit left. If the world hates you, listen, if the world hates you, you understand that it hated me before it hated you. It did. Something's just come over my computer. How dare you? Shish kebabs. Tell you what. If the world would love you. Sorry, I've missed some out because I was distracted there. If the world hates you, understand that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love you as its own. So if you're loved by the world, all you pop stars, all you famous people, you're loved by the world, I would worry about that. I certainly would. However, because you are not of this world, but you have chosen you out of it, but I've chosen you out of it. The world hates you. Remember the word I spoke to you. A slave is not greater than his master. Now Yeshua classed himself as a slave. How dare I say that, yeah. Well, he washed the feet of his disciples because no one else was going to do it. He lowered himself to show you what it was all about, being a king. If they persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they keep my word, they will also keep your words. But they will do all these things to you on account of my name, because they didn't know the one who sent me. The slave is lesser than the greater who sent him. Yeshua came as a lowly one. His Father sent him. You get it? The one who sent me. Because they do not know the one who sent me. If I had not come and spoke to them, they would not have sinned. What does it mean? If I had not spoken to them, they would not have sinned. They didn't know what was right from wrong, even though they had the Torah. Because they didn't have the... Listen, let's see if you get this. If I had not come and spoke to them, they would not have sinned. They would not have been aware that they were sinning. Now they have no excuse for their sin. The Jews, the scribes, the Pharisees, and all those Father, should I go into that? Just a little bit. A lot of these miracles were performed on the Shabbat. Why the Shabbat? To expose their sin. They thought they were doing what was right. Getting some corn, rubbing it between your hands, and you were harvesting. Oh my, craziness. They would not have known the sin, you see. And now they know, because Yeshua is the standard. It's the benchmark. Now they've got a benchmark. Now they have no excuse for their sin. Verse 23. The one who hates me also hates my Father. Now how do you hate the Son? What they do to Yeshua is a reflection of how much they love him or how much they hate him. And it's likewise with you. To the least, you did it to my brothers, you did it to me. It's exactly the same. When they did it to you, they did it to me. When they did it to me, they did it to my Father. And they did it to your Father. Do you realise that? Oh, Father. The one who hates me also hates my Father. Now the Jews, the scribes, the Pharisees, the priests, the Levitical priests in Jerusalem at the time, they hated the father of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. And they didn't even realise that they hated him. But it was plain and evident how they treated Yeshua and his beautiful disciples, his brothers and sisters. How they treat them is what they did to my Father and what they did to me and you. if anyone, if I hadn't, listen to this carefully, if I had done none of the works among them that no one else had done, they would not have sinned. They would not even be aware of it. Now they have seen and hated both me and my Father. And that's what they did. And Tovia Singer, word for you. Listen. Now they have seen and hated both me and my Father, Yahweh. But this happens so that the statement written in the scripture might be fulfilled. They hated me for no reason. I ask you, what have I done wrong? You tell me. You tell me. Yeah, I exposed a lie. That's why you hear this. Eh? I think I'll leave it at that for now. There's more to read. Just read the rest. When the counselor comes, the comforter, it's the way it's translated. It's so annoying because the original Greek, when they're translated from the Greek into English, there's always, you've got to clarify things. When the counselor, the helper, comes, the one I will send to you from the Father. This would happen at Pentecost, when they were up in the upper room, 120. The Spirit of truth, who proceeds from the Father, he will testify about me. The Spirit of truth will, you will be able to see it as plain as the nose on my face. You also will testify, because you have been with me from the beginning. And that's it. So, as the dove spirit, the dove has been called in. The spirit of the dove has landed upon you today. If you've reached it to the end, Father bless you. And when I say I love you, I truly do. There are great times ahead. The kingdom is here. You, blessed one, beautiful child of my Father. That's what you are. A beautiful child. I hope I am, Father. You bless me as well. Shoop. Good shoop. I'm sure he feels that way about me as well. You're truly blessed. You now have the Holy Spirit, the dove spirit, the spirit of peace. Shalom. As above, so below. David, I have opened